What's going on, guys? Bankrupt Games here, more Fallout 3, Tale 2 Wastelands. And last episode when we left off, we carried on making our way through the last chapter of the Wastelands Survivor Guide and went over to the Rob Co facility to access the processor or the computer and attach our processor widget. We also picked up a new companion, RL3, which does mean we did have to say goodbye to Dog Meat, but he is just waiting outside Vault 101 for us. In between episodes, I did also download a couple of mods. First of all, being a Chinese assault rifle retexture, and it's made by the same person that did the regular assault rifle retexture, and I think they look really cool. I don't think the screenshot's actually on the website or on the Nexus do it justice, and they also did a mod for 10mm, the 10mm pistol. I haven't got any 10mm pistols on us at the moment. So I'll have those both linked down in the description below. But I recommend going back and watching last episode. Picking up RL3 as a companion was pretty cool. So if you haven't seen it, you don't want to miss out on that.
Fiddled with any interesting technology lately?
I also pointed out last episode that I did change a couple of settings. So we have a black box behind dialogue and subtitles. And yeah, let me know if you guys prefer it or don't, prefer the sort of standard no background when we're talking to other people. But we're just going to talk to Moira about what we did last episode, essentially.
Harnessing the technology of the past and modifying it for your own purposes? That's just the thing. Tell me all about how it worked out. Well, they're only human. Or, made by humans. Well, probably manufactured by other robots, but you know where I'm going with this. Seems like a good thing to watch for when dealing with tech of any age. And it helps to pack a few pulse grenades, just in case. Here, have a few. Oh, and take my book on science. For some reason, I just can't get into the computer parts, but I've got the rest pretty much memorized.
And just to point out, in case you missed it, if you do have the robotics expert perk, you do have the option to skip that quest and just write the chapter yourself.
Yes. Books are where the old world kept its knowledge, and libraries are where it kept the books. And there's supposed to be one in Arlington. See if it's still there, and if you can download records from its computer. Information dumps like those would be invaluable for rebuilding humanity. Great. The library should be in Old Arlington, not far from downtown. See if you can download the archives from its computer. If you can't get those, then even the card catalog would be useful. Any little piece of information could help the book, and thus humanity.
Not quite sure why our optional our heads up display objectives float quest markers is sort of lagging behind. I'll have a quick play around with it and see if I can fix it. If I can, obviously it'll update. If not, it's not the end of the world. So I did try having a bit of a mess around with the settings, but nothing seemed to work to update the objectives. I think the closest place we have available to us is the Citadel. And obviously we have sort of been here before in passing. We have the map marker, but you will notice everything does look quite different, and that is from a really cool overhaul mod that just makes considering how powerful the Brotherhood of Steel are, they're like the main faction in Fallout 3, sort of just makes their sort of home base a bit more fitting for the role they have in the story. We'll worry about their involvement in the story a bit later on. Not quite sure why that's smoking. You potentially have to be quite careful here. There's obviously this
What's the matter, huh? Can't stand the sight of your own blood?
encounter here we're having. The death claw.
Teach you to mess with me.
Just a random sort of death claw encounter, that one, it seems. I did question. I did think it was like one of the death claw gauntlet blueprint encounters there. But generally speaking, you do have to be quite careful. This building here is full of raiders. We should be alright as long as we don't go sort of too close to them. Outside the library here in this preservation shelter, there is a guns and bullets, along with some 10mm rounds. There's also a 10mm pistol, and yeah, it can show off model. It looks really cool. It's a little bit sort of shiny, looks a little bit new, I think, but the mods creator has a tendency to update their mods and sort of really improve them. So I'm hoping. I know they've got a little bit planned for the 10mm pistol mod, so I'm hoping they'll do the same there and make improvements to the mod further down the line. Here is the Arlington Public Library.
Hold it. This area is under the authority of the Brotherhood of Steel. Leave immediately. You're awfully brave to be walking around down here by yourself. Are you scavenging the ruins? It seems that we have similar goals in mind. It's rare to meet someone who has proper priorities. I am Senior Scribe Yearling, Order of the Word. I have a proposal for you, if you're interested. Good. My task here is to collect the written works of those who came before, in order to supplement the Brotherhood archives at the Citadel. Although most of the pre-war books have been destroyed, there are a few that have survived. But finding a book in these ruins is difficult. I could have 1,000,000 initiates to comb the ruins, and I'd still never come close to recovering every book that remains undamaged. Precisely. The collected knowledge of a lost age is worth far more than any weapon. So, return here with any books that you find in good condition. I will compensate you for every volume that you bring me. Think on it, and return when you have books to offer me.
So you might have noticed that throughout the playthrough so far, I have been picking up pre-war books, and normally they're pretty useless other than the use of a perk. I think you can use them related to a perk later on in the game, but we're not going to be picking that perk because we won't get much use out of it when we get to that level, because it's quite a high level perk. And I've mainly been picking them up because we can turn them into this character here, and she'll pay us 100 caps per book.
Excellent. How many are you willing to trade?
You just tell her to take all the books I have.
Very well. Here is your reward. Use it well, and return with more books when you can.
And you can see we also got some XP there as well. And yeah, 100 caps per book is pretty decent, but if you make sure to keep an eye out for them, you can definitely earn a lot of caps throughout the game. And it's also worth checking vendors. Sometimes they'll sell pre-war books as junk, so they only cost a couple of caps to buy, but then you can trade them in for a good profit here with this scribe.
The front desk computer has access to the card catalogs, but it appears that it's lost the connection to the main archives. Here's the password. Now you might be able to find the central computer further in there, but I'm afraid you'll have to do that without me. I'm a scholar, not a fighter.
So there's the password for the terminal here that we can use to complete part of Moira's quest.
Steel be with you.
Try and get our melee weapons up a little bit. Not too fussed. We've got, you know, good all-round skills at the moment, so we should be able to start making our way through getting all the perks that we want and need. So here's a perk that's quite useful if you're interested in making nuka grenades. It allows you to put together 10 nuka colas to make a nuka cola quantum. Seeing as there's a sort of more finite amount of nuka cola quantums available for looting in the Wasteland, this makes sense because then it will allow us to get more nuka cola quantums and allow us to make more nuka grenades, or be less limited for the amount of nuka grenades that we want to make. There is also a similar perk that allows you to make different types of nuka cola, so you've got to make sure to pick the right one unless you are just interested in this perk here. Then here's another perk that's good to get. Them's good eating, and it means any living creature you kill has 50% chance to have the potent healing items on them, thin red paste or blood sausage when looted. And this is really useful for doing like a survival playlist, or if you're playing on harder difficulties. They're very powerful. Well, they are powerful healing items, especially combined with other perks you can get. But you can also sell these for a lot of money, or should be able to sell them for a lot of money. So we're going to pick that as well. And it's not a perk that I pick very often, so I'm going to pick it to sort of see how well it works out in this playthrough. You can see we've got 3,600 caps there for all the pre-war books we had so far. But all in this area, there's a couple of containers that we can loot for a bit of ammo. Obviously there's the Brotherhood of Steel Knights here. We have the terminal password for speaking to the scribe, and we can access the card catalogue, and that transfers it to our Pip-Boy, so that completes the main objective for Moira. So we could go back to her now, but we also have the optional objective to access the archives. You see we can't do it here, but if we make our way through the building,
I'll take them.
we can complete the optional objective. And it's quite cool. There's some scribes that sort of go with us and help us clear out this dungeon, because it is full of raiders. 45 auto pistol there, that's a DLC weapon for Fallout New Vegas, so not going to worry about using that. I'm just going to sleep very quickly, make sure our limbs are all healed. Got a pre-war book there. There's another one we can hand in for some more caps. And it is just the pre-war books, the damaged books don't get you anything.
Is that the best you can do? Kill that son of a bitch!
We're not going to worry about every single pre-war book. It is just a good way of making a bit of extra money and getting a little bit of extra XP. Brotherhood Knights has actually got a plasma cast there. If we're lucky, they might actually be taken out, and then we can pick up. a very powerful weapon.
Another glorious day in the
We have
U.S.
to make sure to keep an eye on them as we make our way through the area. But here's the blood sausage. You see it has got a little bit of weight to it, but the healing is very powerful. 32 health a second for 22 seconds, or over 22 seconds, I can't remember which way round that is. It must be over 22 seconds. Is pretty good, and value of 15, which doesn't seem like a lot, but once you start picking up quite a lot of these for the low weight, they have can definitely earn you a lot of caps. So after you clear out each area, the Brotherhood Knights will just make their way slowly over to where they're next programmed to be. And yeah, they do go into the children's wing first. I think with the way the area is set out, it would have actually made more sense for them to go into the other area. And you'll see what I mean in a little bit. Can't see anything.
I'll make them pay for that.
That guy did get taken out, and they do have a plasma caster. That's in actually pretty good condition, so I'll make sure to pick that up. They do also have a holotag you can grab, and again, you'll be able to make some money off picking up that holotag later on. And there are obviously a lot of lockers here. A lot of different sorts of sources of loot.
Where?
Seems a bit unfair. Single raider going up against the Brotherhood of Steel Knight with only a single shotgun. And there is this terminal here. But you can see this means it is booby trapped, so if we were to click on that it would explode. Not sure why the hand position there of the idle weapon is so high there. So the plasma caster is very powerful. But you can see there the to do that. The projectile is quite slow. It's got thin red paste, again worth similar price. And it definitely adds up. It's a useful source of healing and money in any sort of survival playthroughs. Definitely I'd recommend getting that perk if you have the skills to do so. Yeah, that is the sort of end of this route. Seems like that guy's just going back to their boss.
Kill them all and let God sort them out. Every day to die.
Seems to get really lucky with the thin red paste and blood sausage pickups. So you can definitely see how you can earn a lot of money for a item that has very little weight. So like I said, in survival, if you're doing a survival mode playthrough, I'd definitely recommend picking up that perk. But as you come through here, you need to be careful, because up at the top of the stairs here, there is a pressure plate that activates this ball machine, and it obviously goes off, even though we have the silent running perk. But where the steel knights are going, on the top of these stairs there's a bunch of mines, so you can either let them go alone and activate the mines and hope to get taken out if you want their equipment. This guy will probably be taken out.
Evening.
And we could nick his weapons or power armor. But yeah, up here there's a bunch of mines. We didn't need to worry about them because we do have the not silent running, the light foot or light step perk, which means we don't need to worry about floor traps. But yeah, you can either let them do that, so you can potentially get some of their equipment, or you can go ahead and deactivate the mines, so you can keep them alive and then they can provide a bit of backup for clearing out the rest of the enemies in this area. We should be fine without the backup. Seems like they survived. But yeah, there are potentially some sort of tougher enemies in this last room here. So if you do need them for backup, I would recommend running ahead and deactivating the mines. Like I said, we should be fine without them as backup. But they did manage to survive, so they did make things a little bit easier for us. Another pre-war book here. And then here there is an item, the ink container, and this offers us a alternative way to complete another quest that we're going to be doing later on. Yeah, I'll make sure to point that out when we get there.
Sir, I am on the lookout.
I could have sworn there was a skill book in this room somewhere. Not entirely sure of exactly where it was. As far as I can remember, the Brotherhood of Steel guys just sort of stay there. And this is where we came up. There is another skill book there for us.
Scanning, sir.
See the amount of health we're getting there. Very, very powerful. And they don't give you any radiation as well, which also makes them much more useful. Ceiling there. Can obviously hack that terminal to deactivate the turret. Do be careful, there is that landmine in both these corners here. And this is sort of like the last room we need to access. And we seem to be unlucky enough for someone to spawn with a missile launcher. See it flying off there. And this is another pistol that's introduced with the 10mm mod that we've got. And I've not actually seen this. But yeah, this is like their recreation of the Fallout 4 pistol. It's pretty cool. No, I've never been a massive fan of the Fallout 4 pistol. Test it out, see how it functions. Scope 44 Magnum there, very powerful weapon. There's a Tumblers Today skill book we can make use of if we needed to. Our lockpicking is maximum level. And this is how we complete the optional objective. Just by accessing this terminal, then we can transfer the library archives, then we can give that into Moira, and that fully completes this objective for the Wasteland Survivor Guide. There is also this side here. We can explore. And the other, just where this other door went. See here. Just where we were a second ago. Areas like this definitely make the mini-map make things a lot easier. As we come through that door, there are some more pre-war books, along with a guns magazine, med kit with some more stim packs and some ammo. And then there is that short double-barreled shotgun. And then you want to drop down to this lower level, because there is a safe you can pick. And then this drops down to the end of that first sort of lane we did while we're fighting the Brotherhood of Steel Knights. And we may as well talk to the scribe, because we did pick up some pre-war books.
Welcome back. Have you... There.
And that's 900 caps, which is very easy money. And we can go back to Megaton, and that should be the end of the Wasteland Survival Guide.
there? Are there books? Really? A whole library's worth of data? Right there? Oh, that's great news. So, what did you find? Tell me about it. Does it mean that it'll be a guard catalog? You see, because... oh, never mind. You'd have laughed if you knew the words card catalog. Wonder if there'll be one down there once I tell the world about it. Oh, and here's a book of mine and some caps for your research. Think of it as pay for a civilization worth of overdue books.
That does give us another skill book.
Yes,
Cool.
that concludes our exceptional expert endeavor. I have to admit, I was worried it would go over some people's heads, but it should be fine. For all your hard work, I want you to have this mini nuke. I kept meaning to use it to dig a well, but honestly, it just makes me nervous. Now, I just need to do a few last tweaks, and it'll be ready to print and distribute. Thanks for all the help. Oh my, it's brilliant! Even I'm astounded by my genius. Oh, no, it's more than that. By our genius. I'll share these with the traders, and soon everyone will know about the Wasteland Survival Guide. But now, the very first copy of our book goes to you. It wouldn't nearly be as good without your input. You're the real Wasteland Survival Guru.
So, we do have the survival perk for completing the Wasteland Survival Guides. And that is the end of that quest. A little bit disappointing that the sort of main reward for doing the whole quest is a mini nuke. Do you have Wasteland Survival Guide there? It is considered a junk item in TTW Wastelands, unfortunately. Then if in bit of a blurb there. I did actually forget to show this, so I'll just stick this in here. Also, for completing the Wasteland Survival Guide, you do get this perk here, Survival Guru, and overall it's a pretty good perk. It does give you 6% bonus to poison resistance and radiation resistance, and it also gives you 6 points to both the medicine and science skills. I'm not sure if that perk is determined by whether or not you complete the optional objectives, or if it's changed at all in TTW Wastelands. But overall it's a pretty good perk, and if you haven't got the medicine or science skills maxed out, 6 points is quite a good reward. So that is the Wasteland Survival Guide completed. It would have been nice to test out our new 10mm pistol, but we didn't get the chance, so maybe we'll get to do that next episode. I'm going to wrap this episode up here though, and I think in between episodes I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up of our inventory, and we might even head over to another one of our DLCs that we have to complete and get that out of the way, and then that way that'll give us some new toys to play with as well. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and been enjoying the series so far. If you have been enjoying the series, please like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. Also, any mods that I've mentioned throughout the video at all will be linked down in the description below, so you can try them out for yourself. But thanks again for watching. Always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.